one second. I'm writing everything down here so that I can actually look at it and I don't have to like be all over the place. So just give me one more second here. R-E-S.
Well, hi, Hoshi. I wrote everything down in my totem so that I have a good understanding of whatever it is, and I'll bring it up just a little bit by little bit so that we don't overload anything. But we're all live, and thank you for coming up.
Absolutely. I mean, I said I would explain it to anybody that wanted to participate. However, they felt, comfortable with it. So, absolutely. Thank you for allowing me to help you hopefully find, a little bit more understanding of what's possibly going on
Sure.
within, without, you know,
Some of
all the way
them, yeah,
around.
some of them stick out as, oh wow, that's a big question mark. Let me go ahead and just try to chip away at it. I know we're not
Hmm.
gonna make we're not gonna make heads and tails of it today, but we can see
You
one
never
side of it,
know.
and that's a good start. That's how we do, right?
That's right, but you never know. Don't cut yourself short. You might really see, holy crap, and it just all fit into place. You just never know.
Okay, okay. I would just lowering my expectations. coming in
It's
low,
okay.
coming
I'm
in
not gonna let you.
low.
I got you. I'm not gonna let you. I'm just I'm on my last one right now. Sanctuary. Sanctuary. All right.
Sanctuary is 0 to 10, which is the self, and
Uh
then
huh.
that is, what does it say? It says your voice.
Uh huh. Yep. Your voice at
hmm,
birth.
Okay, your voice at birth when you're born is 0 to 10, which is the self, and that's your sanctuary. That's the notes that I have. Now, I
What
don't
is
have
your
a question about that animal, though.
what
As
is
I
it?
said, I was more interested in, well, first of all, that stands out to me within, which is the place of adversity, there's a camel. And I want to know
Yes.
how the camel relates to within in my
All right.
case.
So do me a favor, brother. Start at the top. What is your east?
My east is, that's my duty. It is ladybug.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. What is your south?
My south and my peace is, and also a confusing one to me, is coyote.
What's your west?
Raccoon.
Ooh, trash panda. North.
And that's my intuition. My raccoon is my intuition.
North, brother.
North is dragonfly, which is great because I'm gonna totally dragonfly tattoo myself on stream here very soon.
What's
So,
your above?
and that's my resilience. Is that correct? My dragonfly in the north.
Yep.
Okay.
What's your above?
My above is hive. Hmm.
Ooh, I
I do
love
live
it.
in a hive. I do live in a
What is your below?
hive. My below is caterpillar,
Ooh.
and that's my direction, which is
All right.
obviously like not finished.
What is your
And
right?
my adversity within, and a very big question mark with me is the camel.
Uh-huh. Okay, what is your
Um,
right?
my discovery to the right is a mule.
Ooh. And your left?
My altruism to the left is a stink bug.
Oh, I love that.
And then we get to the self of the 0 to the 10. Three-toed sloth. The three-toed sloth. Smoking his joint over here. What a fool.
So you know what? You say number seven really kind of you're not sure about seven, right? That's the only one that just really you're not sure where that fits, right?
The camel within being adversity, because I definitely understand the hive and I understand how the hive puts me behind, but also the piece as a coyote. I guess I can understand how coyote would have peace, but I don't know how it relates to me.
Right. But you also said when I was writing them down, you said this one also didn't make sense to me. And which one was that up at the top?
Which direct? I mean, tell me which direction, and I'll tell you.
Either it was either east or south when I was writing down your
Oh, it.
animal. You were like, "Oh, and that don't make sense either."
I mean, the west raccoon makes sense. The south peace coyote. Yes, that's one that stands out to me, and also adversity within camel. Those two
Okay.
stand out to me. That's
So
things
I'm
that I
gonna
don't
start with
understand
them
yet.
two, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with them two. Okay.
Thank you.
So since I've heard you say it more than we can shake a stick at, I'm gonna start with number seven, and that is camel. So I'm gonna start right there with camel. Now you need to make sure that you stay in the adversity energy. Okay. Okay.
Within, within.
All right. The camel's ability to endure long, waterless treks is a message that you are neither at the beginning nor the end of your journey, but somewhere amidst the sprawling desert, things are beginning to feel deserted within you. You can see no sign of water or life nearby. You don't assume that you are lost either, though. You have embarked on this adventure willingly. It will likely involve trials, tests, and a very long, dry way, but you will
Yep.
be better because of it. Maybe you missed where you came from and you're afraid that if you don't know where that actually is, you don't then know where you're really headed. You need only to remind yourself that you are in the middle of transitioning from a physical, mental, and emotional place to a place that is yearning to be pulled by you there with reason. The only important thing that you need to understand is that you need to place one foot in front of the other. The desert is a harsh environment, and what you soon will come to know as a very demanding thing, you, as the animal that you are, the camel, will never mind the challenge. You know that no matter what barren travel cross you bear, you will make it with the resources within you. Do you know that a camel can catch cacti by the spike and not get hurt? Yep, that's true. You can literally eat the cactus and not get hurt. Those harsh plants are minimally discomfortable, but you know the water that you're going to get from behind it. And it's not even really that painful, not to you. Not because you usually gravitate to things that are too strong, unsure of comfort, demanding and daring of time and rite of passage. You lean towards these things, this tough terrain, because you yourself surprise yourself with what you prove to you that you have found you are very capable of. Your journey will never and won't last forever. You know this. So you know that there is nothing you can leave unturned or left behind. You must arrive at your destination with the new experiences and lessons that you learned. You're not going to worry about what you carry with you because everything you need is internally within your food pack already. You're going to carry the baggages of others, though, very well. You're going to find that you don't have to give in much effort, even for the thousands of miles you may have to lug this cargo. Even with the harshest desert, this heavy cargo, and the longing question in the back of your mind, you emotionally packed for this a long time ago. And you will forever know that no matter what, you can endure. How do you know this? You don't. You just know that something inside of you pushes so you serve you.
Hmm.
Along the way, it gets easier, and you found that you have dropped baggage and didn't realize it. Although it wasn't the load you were carrying, you're actually still carrying it just quite well. But what you lost, you never needed in the first place. Once you found out that you yourself were carrying the weight of the world and you found out that you could complete this better than someone else, you did not get cocky. In fact, you learned to follow the pact. The wolf pack is your tribe, and it will clear the obstacles that lay ahead of you. So make sure that your tracking snowshoe snout is ready, because as a camel, you will track, and as a camel, you will carry the weight of a lot of personal journey. But you're built for this. It is what you crave to do. So you might as well get comfortable with the pressure and share your package with those that your tribe leads you to.
You know, Hershey, one of the reasons that helps me so much is because in my South, in my piece, the other big question I had was the coyote. But I hear it in the wolf pack mentality and what, you know, that brings. So I understand how I get peace from the same spot as the camel. And I understand what the camel is. The camel is me taking the
The blunt
hits.
of
You
the
know,
force
that's
of the
what the
weight
camel
because you're built for it.
is. Yeah,
But
I can
also
do
knowing that you're built to carry the weight because no one else around you is supposed to. You're supposed to be kind and gentle and continue to lead
because I
and
bend and
track.
they break. I bend and they break. I'm not gonna crack. I will just have wrinkles, but not a real crack. I'm not gonna break. I get it. I get it. I can do it. I've done it. How many times have I done it? I put it on my shoulders and walked it around. You know, it doesn't mean anything. You know, like I'll do it again and they'll be happy. Three or four people, who cares? Three or four at a time is enough. That's a legacy
Absolutely.
I can leave. That's a legacy I can leave.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right,
Thank
you
you.
said
So
the
that's
other
it,
one
right?
was the coyote, but just for clarifying, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read it so that you can
Coyote and
see
South.
if you're feeling also what the book is placing in the peace category for you. Okay?
I need the peace right now. That's all I'm saying. I need the peace right now
Okay, well, hold
so
on.
that I don't do anything heavy. I need the peace
So,
because I'm
your
dangerous too.
south, your south is coyote. Coyote is always in survival mode. It's always about the grit. It's defined as courage and also resolve, strength, and character. No animal embodies this quite like the fearless coyote, not even the wolf. This survivor is fascinating for many reasons, but its threatened territory and formidable predator adversity makes it the sum of what it seeks. And that is not to hide, but to have the ability to thrive. You may not know it yet, but you are the biggest, best, and smartest in the room, even when it comes to those that have the grit. Anything is possible, but they're not a lone survivor. They're not a lone wolf. When the coyote finds you in this position, it's because you know how to defy the odds and you know how to prove to everyone that doubted you what wrong really looks like. You show up for yourself more times than you have for anyone else. You just haven't realized it and began to thrive yet. Once you do, the caring that you have for those will turn to the caring for most of others. The coyote is regularly a targeted animal, not because of their developed ability, but because of their big fish, little pond syndrome mentality. While being in charge usually helps the way, they are held with leadership because they don't need the challenge of a pack to evolve. You won't get anywhere by life alone, but when you play it safe, the coyote knows the range of the prey that it's up against and running with. Make sure that you have substantial game in your step as you enter every new territory. Make sure that you take a stick with you because you don't know all of your strengths yet. The coyote is going to challenge you to look for the easy way out, but life makes that even then a struggle. Nothing can be that easy. So just because the coyote likes to maybe possibly measure himself to his opponent, don't be startled by that. Enact self discipline and keep yourself aware of what you know you can handle and what you can't. Sometimes knowing that you can't handle something is your best vision board that wolves don't even have because they believe that the pack is always in first place. You, on the other hand, aim like the jaguar, so therefore striving for something bigger is how the jaguar wins every single one of the limits that are placed on him. So, if that was the case, consider yourself more jaguar than wolf because you don't have pack mentality. You have jaguar stability and attack. You are known to approach directly and from the front, just like the jaguar. You are known to go for the jugular vein, just like the jaguar. You are known to be direct and honest with yourself and others around you. When necessary, you can put bass in your voice and show your ground. You avoid wasting time. That's why you don't dance with everyone. When you're hungry, you eat. When you're sleepy, you sleep. But when it's time to get gritty, call in your your coyote, and let your coyote speak. Your ecosystem needs to be understood that although the grizzly and the pack are there for you in mass numbers, just know that you will always lean towards the jaguar instead.
From what I understand, and a lot of what you've spoken about, the poetry of it, it makes the coyotes sound like male puppy boys, like dogs. And the jaguar is more of a probably more of a threatening female figure that they could follow. And also, they're saying, hey, the reason that even in the wolf or lion in those communities, it's basically the lioness who takes care of the killing business. Really, it's a different story. But in the coyotes, they're a bunch of boys, and they're probably dog boys. And it sounds like they scrap up and they figure out who's the best this week, and then
It's
they
a
get
bunch
down
of
and they
betas
set
going
up,
instead of
and they
learning
get
to be a
into the
pack
fight.
like a wolf pack. They
Yeah.
can't because they're all betas. There's no alpha. And the lone coyote, the lone wolf, that's you. That's why you got the coyote, not the other one that would have meant that you were the
Well,
one
it's
that
in
was
peace, not
cast
it's
out.
in
You're the
peace, not
one that
in adversity.
follows
It's not in flux. My peace
the
is to
one
be
that's
that
your
one.
your coyote seeks
That one.
peace.
In
Yes.
you said big fish, little pond. It isn't the biggest pond. It isn't. It's not made that way.
Well, I mean, I'm reading from a book, so it's obviously up for interpretations, but it's what it's trying to say is I know that I can hunt like a jaguar, so I don't need a pack. I don't need to always follow what's going to happen in front of me because I know how to go straight for the jugular vein. I know how to go exactly for what I want. So for coyote to fall in your piece, what it's saying is when you need to go for the jugular vein, absolutely let your inner jaguar become who you are, coyote. But other than that, let
Right.
yourself always know to turn to peace in coyote form. That way you're not running from your problem. You're just not
I
ready to
have
face it yet because you don't have that rest yet. Like it said, when a coyote is hungry, they eat. When they rest, they rest. They don't do anything out of character. So when you're not ready, make sure you go to peace instead of prepping a bunch of betas for wolf mentality and
no.
the
There's no
betas are
point.
not
There's no point.
alphas.
No, the piece is that I already have that in my back pocket. I got that. I can upgrade to what the higher spirit of in this case anything, maybe even a panther, right? Like, but the step up, that higher killer class, not just the puppies that are playing around, but king of the puppies. Now you don't have to unsheath that because all the other puppies are harmless, so why would you unsheath that?
So there's always a famous quote at the bottom of like I just read you the whole page, right? So the famous quote says, I may not be the smartest person in the room, but I'll survive with the grittiest. Angela Duckworth, Grit, The Power of Passion and Preservation.
Angela Duckworth, huh? I wonder. I wonder if she's an April birth. She sounds like one. I wonder.
She'll survive even the grittiest, so you don't have to be the brightest bulb in the light box when you know how to survive.
Yeah, yeah. And also, I don't take it all that seriously. I have such a grand sense of humor. It doesn't really offend me. I know why you were coming that way. Oh, it's okay.
What
We're only
other
two
ones would
we're,
you
we're
like
only two
to
arguments away
understand?
from being like best friends in the world. If we have two more arguments, we'll probably be best friends in the world. It's
Oh.
like
So what other one would you like to understand maybe about you? Because like I said, when these are happening, they're happening while we're being created, right? So these are different zodiacs, different constellations, different months, different ways that you learnt and made connections while you were still in uterus, while you were in the veil. So
right,
so
right.
these are connections that were made for you. So you're gonna have them your whole life, so you can kind of maybe learn where, well, I didn't know that's what was making that do that. Now I get it. Now I know how to, so
Right, right.
I
Well,
all I
I'm
wanted to
looking
do
at
is
I'm
just to
looking at
help people.
I'm looking at aspects of my life, and I jotted this down as quickly as I could,
Mhm.
and I'm looking at all these aspects and just what lines up, what already makes sense, what doesn't. Um, my right is a mule. That's in Discovery.
Uh-huh.
So, how does right and mule, like, how does that affect where I'm coming from? If you don't mind.
So glad you asked. I am so glad you asked. So I started doing like all kinds of notes and highlights and stuff since I've been doing this spread with you guys for the last couple of weeks and just trying to get, different interpretations. But wait, just hold on. You're gonna love this,
Mine,
right?
even
So
even the totem thing dances around. It has a shooting star and it dances in a window, so it can stay exciting for me. It's exciting over here.
So the part about when you think about the east, I mean, when you think about the right and the left, this
Yes,
means that when you were approaching, that's why they're down there at the bottom towards that getting ready to come into the world.
gateway.
These were animals that wanted to witness and watch something amazing happen when you found your sanctuary, your moment, your voice, right? So this animal, this mule would have been standing right there on the right as you were sliding into the world, getting ready to get in position, headed through that birth canal.
Right,
So
and
the
in
first thing I
Western,
want you
in
to
any
know.
Western symbology, right is good, left is maybe shadier.
No, oh no, not in this, not in this. No, there's no
Right is better.
good or bad. These are animals that found you while you were cooking in the bum in the tum and decided to take a walk your entire life with you, and you
It's a
didn't even
mule.
know.
It's a mule. Okay.
So, the first thing the mule wants you to know is I serve you through endless and countless fields of terrible curses and potential acts of horrible things and treacherous, tremendous, horrible gifts, especially through life and time. The one thing you managed to know is that I was there with knowledge every single time. I helped drive you in every moment when you wanted to stop. I helped you find value in the world when everything hard hitting was coming at you with the full force of nature. It
Uh
was
oh.
me
Oh.
that has been
Wait a minute. What
standing.
about the Don Quixote? Am I talking to my mule that I'm walking around?
They're
So
still walking on. He's still walking on your right side. He walks with
command, and
you
we're
too.
talking. We're talking the whole way.
Yes. Yeah. No. This is literally. I'm reading verbatim from the book.
That's awesome. I love it.
I owe you something, and until you sit with yourself, and I do mean you sitting with yourself, every painful part that sucks, the riches, the invaluables, the meaning, the sought, the soiled, the wisdom, no matter how bad you felt, unappreciated, undervalued, unseen, unwanted, unloved, just know that none of it is true. It was all sent there as an ending so that you can learn to find fun. There is a grand finale for you to understand. When a horse and a donkey come together, they create something that in many ways exceeds their self and also shouldn't exist. This
More
is
than
an
the sum of
animal.
the parts.
I'm sorry, what?
More than the sum of the parts. That's what they say in science. Like more than the sum of the parts, and also
Yep.
like exceeding their own possible history. More
Yes.
potential than they had together,
Yes.
but also shouldn't
Absolutely.
exist. So they say.
It says, although this animal absolutely does now scientifically exist now because of science, the moment you realized this was the moment you decided to not let the curtains go down on you. You decided to grieve the ending of something that was grateful for you to be the one of a kind work horse that you were. But now man has taken your pride and made it something else. You are no longer part of your own ecosystem. You now thrive because of the grizzly and the coyote. Mules have one life and one cycle, and the product of mating and a donkey to a donkey is for life. It will not happen without you understanding you and knowing to the end of the line and time you will walk. Your appreciation of life will show you in time the aspects of your life aren't coming to a close. They are just chapters that you are ending so that you can move on to the next book. You have something so full of fulfillment and sediment that you cannot even put a finale on, nor will it would be allowed. You are something that builds fields and makes things go. You have acknowledgement and that you have managed to trek through it all. No matter how many times someone told you not to hold your head down so low, you held on tightly, you gripped tighter, and you kept going even through the fatigue. You never missed your point. You'll walk through endless amounts of grit and you will have nothing but determination because you're as hard headed as an ass. But what you will never do is bow to a coyote or let a grizzly take a swing on you. Just know there is no happy endings. There is no sad parts. There's just a part in the happy middle where you have now learned to start. The happiness begins now. Sylvester Stallone.
Oh wow. Okay. 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 So there's really, I mean, there's no sad chapters in that philosophy. But
No? No, I know it sounds like it's going a little crazy, but then all of a sudden it starts talking in first person and you're like, wait, what happened here? What's going on?
no, 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 no. I really enjoyed. Like I said, I mean, there's so much here, right? And I only had questions in the first about a little bit of it, and I think I understand, and it's really nice. It's really nice
More like
um
a birth chart.
structure.
Oh, doing astrology. So I don't do astrology, but I do
Oh,
numerology. I read cards. I
you
create
do?
spreads. I'm more like a creator. I don't find many spreads I fit in, so I create my own. So this is a spread that I created long time ago, and I'm just now kind of bringing it out on my channel and trying it with my gems. And I left an open invitation to my gems if they wanted um a little bit more, just reach out to me and let's talk about it. Let's
I
read
know.
the book.
Like graciously, and I have not seen the chat, right? So graciously, and by the way, bye, hi Hoover, and hi funny guy. How you guys doing, man? It's great to see you, especially you, as brilliant as you are, Hoover. But yes, Hershey's up here, and you know what? What is that? More like a birth chart? Well, no, this totem chart, it's gestation, right? Isn't it gestation?
Yeah, it's during your creation from the moment the duty your east. That's the moment the seed decided to become the sperm decided to become something else. It chose. You can't say, "Oh, I didn't choose this." Oh, yes, you did. Out of all the millions and
All
billions.
the boys did it. All the boys did it. I'm going to tell you something. When we weren't sure and we were like, okay, let's start, and my firstborn was born, it took a month and a half. My brain was still like, nah, and like, it's just, once we were like, no, it's cool. It was like tomorrow. It was tomorrow. It was like, are
What,
we gonna give
Chiefin?
it? Hell no. What's up,
What?
Chiefin? Cheers, bro. Yo, man. I hope you're all refreshed and happy, bro. Dang,
Oh no, ask all the
I
questions you
couldn't
want.
see your chat, Hoover. Jeez, Hoover. I would have been answering you. Shit. I'm sorry. Cheers. What's up, Chiefin? Chiefin, I know you had a hard day out there in the sun, bro.
Notice there's a lot of CSs now that I understand what I'm looking at now. I just in the world of my algorithm, I've been seeing a lot of CSs, and I'm just like, what up, fam? Y'all don't know it. I'm fam too. Y'all just don't know it. My name's too long.
Right. Hershey can't fit CS at the end of Hershey's name because it's too long.
Yep.
Hershey's Hershey's a shadow read, maybe. Like you got to cut the ER off.
No, 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 no,
Then it
no.
won't
Give
work. Yeah,
somebody a
then it won't
chance to
work.
come steal. No, no,
No,
no,
I said then it won't even work. It won't fit right. Yo,
no.
what's up, Crumblewig? How you doing, brother? Crumblewig's got some wonderful plants going on. He's got some awesome fucking videos. Please, Crumblewig, drop your channel, brother. Hell yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
man.
for sure.
And Hoover, thanks for being in here. Hoover, why don't you
Can't
join
sub
up?
on
You
it
gotta
right
you
now, but
gotta
I'll come
email
back.
me.
So,
Welcome to the stream. Yep, Chief and Sessions is in. Chief and Sessions, let's get 5 more likes right now.
hell yeah, hell yeah. Y'all do the YouTubey things, man.
Right. Thank you, Chief and man. You going live soon, man? I'm getting down soon, man. I'm on one hit, that I got from Stoner. So I am on one paper hit. So I mean, I gotta. It's probably mild as shit for me, but
Chiefin
I still
says,
probably.
guess what?
Chiefin says, "Guess what? Guess what? I don't know, man."
You drafted it, so I don't know.
Everybody sub up to each other. Crumblewig, thank you for sharing that. Check out his videos, man. Crumblewig's grow videos and everything. He's so cool.
I think I'm already
Cheers, bro.
subbed up.
And cheers, Hoover. Yeah, Hoover. Yeah, I'm on a paper hit. I'm about to go somewhere where I can't talk.
So,
It's
was there any
coming
of the other ones that you maybe wanted to understand?
in the future. In the future, for sure, for sure. My
Okay.
ride on the mule was pretty cool. What's up, Patrick? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you, thank you. Yes, sir. Please, man. Everybody, sub up. Yo, Chiefin, are you gonna go live, man? I'll
Just
catch
drop
you
my
over
link.
there. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna be like hands on.
Will one of the mods drop my link in so that anybody that's not subbed up, if they want to, if they want to check my channel out, I have an introduction on my channel. If you just watch that, it kind of tell you anything you want to know about me, and you can know right then if you want to sub up or not. So I'm trying to
Yeah,
get to
join.
800,
Hey,
man. I'm
first of all,
almost there.
like, yeah, I guess I was getting close to asking you actually because this is very important. But everybody sub up to Hershey, but this is very important. I was getting close to asking you about your tarot deck because you
Oh
have it
yeah,
in the works and you have the artwork that we've seen little spots of here and there. So please
snippets
tell
of
us
it.
about.
Well, it's an oracle deck. It is so it's digital hand drawn art. It's hand drawn and digital art. Um, I've been working on it for almost 3 years, just a little over 2.5 years. I'm doing everything on my back, no financial support. So it's a very, very long, expensive road. I hand draw sigils and seals. I work with the dead, so sometimes you have to have a little bit more protection and than just a bell or
I
something.
I personally like. First of all, like, I understand on the art side of it. I understand the amount of time that you put into it, and so the collaboration is basically kind of with AI. But what is
Yes.
an oracle deck? You have to explain, like, so that people
Um,
understand how an oracle deck is read or how that plays
Oh
out.
no, Oracle decks come in all colors. So basically, it's a system. They're not like fortune telling, even though there is that line of it. But it's just about opening communication with someone and trying to help someone. For me, I read to the subconscious. So I try to really get in and help people like break karmic circles that they've been reliving over and over and over and bad habits and just breaking that trauma mind and that trauma body. And sometimes oracle cards can give someone a visual and help them kind of learn to build a system through a set of cards and they come in some have 20, 30 cards, some of them have over 100 cards per deck, that, just give you a different perspective, but it's a divination system.
Right, right. Yeah, and well, the trauma breaking and stuff that you're talking about, okay, like I guess people, it's more the meek, right? The meek who shall inherit the earth, I'm sure, right? But in their time now, they're the ones who don't talk about those things that happen, and they push them in the closet, and they need to deal with them, right?
Right,
Like a
well,
lot of
I
people need
mean,
to deal with this stuff.
the trauma mind is where we live, but the trauma body is what happened to us physically years and years and years ago. And you just learn to live with it your whole life. And then as you become a more productive, active adult, your now trauma body has learned to live in your mind and you live present and currently inside that same trauma like it's still happening or you still hold resentment or something, there's pain still there that shouldn't
But
still have power.
you want to break cycles because even you want to break comfort with those cycles. You have to
You
break
have
that
to.
comfort too. You're so used to being re-traumatized the same way the devil that that situation, and really is that the best that we have? No, it's not. We have better. We have better. Like some of us can come up and just be totally honest and be like, yeah, that's detrimental. That's when I would say to my kids, you should call the cops. Just like be honest with them. Like even though we were told don't fucking call the cops, oh, that's when I would tell my son, please call the cops. She's trying to beat you over the head with the fucking ice poker or whatever. It's time to call the cops, bro. Shit that I never would have done. Shit that I learned wrong. Okay, learn from my mistakes.
uh, I was just writing this down so I knew um like where it'll be at. I had writing it in my little book that I keep up with, so I know where I'm at with
Heck yeah.
my peoples when we pick this back up again. I'll be like, well,
Heck yeah, heck yeah, heck yeah. No, 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 no. I hope the next time we pick this up, we pick up a joint that I sent you. And you can just test it out and tell me how it is.
well, hell yeah, hell yeah. I wish I had some flour right now. I don't have any flour. I wish I did.
Nah.
Well, I'm
Yeah, Keegan's gonna go live soon. I'm not gonna be live that much longer. But thank you, Hershey.
oh, you're
Keep
very
note
welcome.
of it. I'll keep note of everything I got going over here.
You're
And just
welcome. Welcome, welcome,
stay in
welcome. And
contact, please. I was just
thank
gonna
you.
call you, but you said that if we do live, let's do live, and we both do live, so let's do live.
Absolutely, absolutely, and the more people can start to see it, maybe they can understand it, and maybe some of the other ones that was in the live, and got their totem, maybe they got some of the same animals you did. They may not have got it in the same spot, but all they got to do is just replace that spot if they catch this live down the road or in the future somewhere, and they can see what that animal description is for that position for them, and I maybe it'll help them too as well, and I'm thinking about maybe doing it once a month on my channel. So I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
getting a lot of good feedback on it. So I
Oh
don't know.
yeah.
I might keep it going. I might keep it going maybe once a month just to keep, those that do want to try it, let them come in and try it and see. But then it also gives those that are there added
There's,
tools for their arson as they go through the healing process.
there's so much here that just, in a small interaction where we set it up, there's so much for the user to look at, come back to you with, that you're doing, a great thing. As far as everything we want to do is just have everybody come back and make improvements and have engagement, um, and
Absolutely.
tell us what you've been smoking on, and tell us
For
where to get
sure,
it.
for sure. Right now,
Tell
I'm
us where
just
to get
smoking on that.
it.
What is this? This is that summertime haze right now. I was doing something yesterday. I don't remember what it was. I think it. I don't even fucking know. I don't know. I don't remember. But I'm gonna go puff on this, and I will catch you guys really soon.
Right, right. Thank you, Hershey. Thank you.
Bye,
Yep.
guys. Thank
Everybody
you. Thanks for the
subscribe.
subs. Thanks for inviting me. Bye, brother.
Of course, of course, of course. See you. Well, let's see. Do I have to push a button? I don't think so. Maybe. There we go. You want me to drop my link in the chat? What link? The join in link? Geez, Hoover, I have to send it to. Oh, her link. Hershey, please drop your link in the chat. Or a wonderful mod, please drop the link in the chat. I can't do it right now, but there's Hershey. Hershey, the Shadow Reader. Double fem there, Hershey. That's what I say. So she got the feminine books that I wanted to send. She got them. I know Hershey's. I know Hoover. I just can't. I have no button. I have no button. Woof. Stupid bullshit. No, I just don't have any buttons. I'll stay. It's Hershey the Shadow Reader on YouTube. Right on, right on. Thank you. No hassle, no hassle. I didn't mean to hassle anybody. I lost 22 pounds, Hoover. I should be less threatening, okay? Less threatening since we last met. I lost 22 pounds. I should be less scary. Ooh, you see how I worked that in there? Everybody go watch Cheapin Sessions, man. He's going to go live. He worked fucking hard out there today. I worked fucking stupid in here today. It doesn't equate. Go watch CS. I'm just gonna get as many certs as a NASCAR driver. All right, all right. I'll see you soon. Bye.